Hey guys, and welcome to another episode of the Finesse and Failure podcast. Welcome to the cookout. You know I saved you a seat over at the space table, so pull up a seat. We're talking today. Girl, I'm tripping. I ain't even got the candle lit. I decided that for this episode as well, I had to go and get some Zaxby's. And while I was sitting in Zaxby's line, long as it was, to get my nibbler and fries, I decided that I had some things going on in my mind and I really wanted to talk to y'all about it. And my whole entire platform has been about teaching entrepreneurs, giving y'all tips, giving y'all tricks, giving y'all hacks of a lifetime, like pretty much just changing the game up, right? But one of my biggest things when I started my podcast was I wanted to talk to y'all about the failures that nobody else talks about. But also not being afraid to talk about your failures and your missteps and your mishaps and things that just didn't go right for you, because other people need to hear that. That was my entire platform. Like, I literally asked my guests in season 1, what is the definition of finesse and failure? Like, tell me about a time you finesse failure into something greater. One of my guests literally told me in my face, finessing failure for her was never quitting when things didn't go the way you wanted them to go. She finessed a failure into a 5-figure deal. And obviously she won. Like, she's winning and she's still doing really good with her businesses. And I check in every now and again, make sure she's still doing good. But that's been over a year ago. So now I kind of want to make an episode about finessing failure. So today we're going to be talking about how to deal with failure, how to face your setbacks, and how you can handle them to set you apart from everybody else. Okay, so let's get into the episode. I'm so excited for y'all to be here. Tap in, okay? If y'all have just joined me, just remember that my hair is going to be looking a little crazy today, probably tomorrow as well, but that's cool because we're showing up as we are. This is like church, babe. You come as you are. You're accepted as who you are. Every entrepreneur faces setbacks, but in order for you to be an entrepreneur that doesn't stop in their tracks because of setbacks, I'm going to give y'all a couple of things that y'all can do in order to make sure, in order for y'all to know, in order for y'all to stand 10 toes about y'all's business. Here we go. I'm going to tell y'all a brief story about my first online boutique business. For those of y'all who have not been following me that long, scroll all the way to the bottom of this page and you'll see some TikTok videos about my first business, me in the clothes that I was selling, me trying to promote my business on this page. Mind y'all, this page started out as my boutique's online business page, but I blew up for a business that had, I blew up from a post that had nothing to do with the clothing I was selling. Like, nothing. I had a couple hundred visitors, I had people come in and visit my website. I had people shopping, but it wasn't because they were my target audience for my business. It was because this page was so big. This page got up to like 70, almost 80,000 followers, right? We're back down at 58 point something thousand followers now. And we're still losing followers every single day because they are/aren't the audience that I was trying to go for. And I didn't cultivate the community that I had. So people started dipping. And I don't mind. I understand, because obviously you follow a creator to see what they're doing. And for a year straight, almost 2 years, I wasn't posting on this social media. Like, I was not posting on here at all. So it was just like sitting here. So anyways, I launched my business, and the business, I kept it up for like almost a full year, if I'm not mistaken, maybe like 7 to 8 months. In the 7 to 8 months, I made like a couple hundred sales. I can't remember the exact number right now, but I made a couple hundred sales. But I kept pushing out. I kept pushing content out. But I'm one of those people that I've realized if I don't have a plan, I can't be one of those people that posts every single day. I have to have a plan for weeks and weeks in advance, so that way I'm not rushing to like create a post. And that was one of my biggest downfalls, which was marketing. One, I did not understand marketing whatsoever. Luckily for y'all, I took a course on marketing. I aced the course, and also I made sure that I knew what was going on before I got out of the course. Me and my mentor, we like this. And from, what was that? Back in 2021, because I started the business in 2020 during COVID. We're not even getting into that. But during 2021, 2022, I got a marketing course. I bought a marketing course, got the coach to go along with it, obviously. And the course actually taught me a lot. But with that being said, my online business, I gave up on it so soon. I didn't know like the kind of content to push out back then because of course I didn't know how to market. I didn't know who my target audience was. I was just putting clothes out for people to purchase, and that was that. Then I pretty much stopped posting altogether, didn't visit the website, didn't, make tweaks to the website, nothing. Like I didn't do anything. I had so much inventory on hand still. I'm sure there's a video somewhere. Actually, there's a couple videos somewhere about me ranting about having to get rid of all of the leftover inventory. I gave it away. I gave away the inventory. I gave away the labels. I gave away the bubble mailers. I gave away so much stuff because I just couldn't bear to keep looking at it. Now there are some things that I still have, like my label maker, just like some office tools, stuff like that. But I was so embarrassed. Like I put my all into this business. I put my own money into this business. I went into debt about that business. Like used my credit cards to fund the business. Big mistake. Do not try that. That is another story for another day. But I did all of that. Like I messed up. I did the wrong thing. I did all of that. And you know where it left me? In the same place I was before, but kind of with less money, pretty much. So what did I learn from that? I learned that I didn't know how to market. I learned that I didn't know what I wanted, and I didn't know who I was targeting. So after I took my marketing class, I opened up the business again, but I opened up a lingerie business. And to be honest, I called it damn near the same thing. And I launched the lingerie business. Well, what happened with that? I knew how to market now. I knew who my target audience was. I didn't know how to produce content. And I know you're probably thinking like, girl, all you do is film and post the content. Like that's it. No, I overanalyzed and overthought so much about the process of content creation to where I made it a full-time job. Literally, people are getting rich from making 7 to 8 second reels and TikToks. And I literally could not bring myself to post anything until it was perfect, until I knew it was perfect. Now, this is my advice to you. I'm never going to tell y'all, oh, just film it and post it. No, because quality content goes a long way. But you need to know, like you need a starting point. My golden rule for the first 30 days, you're posting 3 to 5 times a day on whatever platform you choose, and then dive into those analytics and see what is working and what is not working. Golden rule. But that business didn't do well either. Like I put my all into it for 2 months, posted the content, but the content I was posting wasn't what was like relatable, wasn't what was, popping at the time. Like I wasn't using any reels. I was just posting like static photos, carousels, and it didn't work. And instead of me taking the time to be like, why is this not working? Right? I just gave up. I literally gave up. I was like, oh, I ain't feeling this right now. I ain't doing it. And I didn't. Here are the lessons that I learned from opening up my businesses prematurely before I knew everything I needed to know before opening them up. Lesson 1. Okay, these are not going to be in order. Lesson 1. You're not going to make any money until you start talking directly to the person you want to sell to. 2. You need to take an actual marketing course, whether it is paid or you find one on YouTube that can teach you about marketing, inbound marketing, outbound marketing, the different types of marketing channels. And then after you take that marketing, you need to implement what you learned inside of your business for it to succeed. There's nothing worse than learning something and then doing absolutely nothing with it. Right? I'm sure we've all bought courses in the past, bought workbooks in the past that are, $5, $10, $15, $20, $30, sometimes $50. And we literally open the workbook, close it, and then go about our day like nothing else ever happened. You have to put in the work behind that. And then one of my other lessons that I learned is be consistent. I still struggle with consistency to this day. And it's really because I have to make sure that I have a plan for weeks and weeks in advance. I'm not one of those girls that can just post a TikTok or post a reel on the fly. I need to have a plan, like a backup plan, even if I have the plan in the drafts, because I still need like something to fall back on. You just need to figure out your own way of doing things. Now, with that being said, let's get into how you can handle any setback or any failure inside of your business. Learning from your mistakes is a crucial part of your own growth. Reflecting on where you went wrong and how you can improve, and also support from your peers, can be invaluable. Practicing resilience and understanding resilience, I want to give you the advice of practicing self-care. I am going to talk about self-care until I am blue in the face, until the cows come home, until pigs fly. I am going to talk about self-care in almost every podcast, because you need to practice self-care. You need to take care of you, because if you don't take care of you, no one will take care of you. Okay? Practicing self-care, whether that's physical, emotional, social, mental, or professionally, you need to practice self-care. Physical could literally be you going on a run, or if that's your self-care, or you going to get your feet done. Emotional could be you writing out your feelings, your summary of your day. Social could be you actually building your community back up. Mental is you taking a mental break, letting everything go. And then lastly, professional, you taking on new tasks, creating boundaries at your job, or anything that will foster career growth. So the next thing that I would advise you to do is look at the situation in a different point of view. So instead of thinking of it as a setback or a challenge or a failure, think of it as an opportunity. Let's see, you posted, 15 reels last week, which is about 2 reels a day. And none of them went viral, which we don't look for virality, we look for consistent growth. But 2, you only got 50 website visitors from those reels or TikToks. Instead of looking at it as, oh, this is never going to work, you could look at it like, okay, well, I only got 50 website visitors by posting 15 reels. What if I post 30 reels in a week? Or let's go look at the type of content that is trending right now. Let's see if we can use that to influence our next couple of reels and see where that takes us. I would also recommend that you guys enroll in some type of course, attend a workshop, or participate in a webinar of some sort that exposes you to new ideas and practices. And the reason that I think that this is a really great idea is because it opens your mind up to other people's ideas, to see where their mind is going, where their mind is at, and it will help you create your own ideas and hopefully open your eyes to the whole world of possibilities. We sometimes get stuck in our own minds and our own heads, and this is the only way that something can happen, and this is the only way that something can be done. But in reality, that's not true. That's not true. And not only that, it will also push you to become more adaptable to change in different situations. So it'll teach you a lot. Number 3, or the next thing that, will help you with building resilience, is building a strong support system. Building a strong support system is important. But especially when you're an entrepreneur, having someone to have your back mentally is unmatched. Whether that's your significant other, whether that's your sister, whether that's, your mom, your dad, whether that's all of those people, your best friend. You need someone in your corner. And if you think you don't, the first time you fail, who do you have to cry to? Who do you have to talk your ideas through other than yourself? It's not healthy. I wish I would have opened up to my family and friends so much sooner than I did. I took advantage of the relationships that I had already fostered and created with my friends and my family and my significant other, because I felt like it was me against the world with my business, and that's not true. If you truly and literally don't have a soul you can talk to, and you believe in a higher power and you're religious, talk to them. You're going to need some type of support system. Even if you go and join Facebook groups, there are so many Facebook groups that you can go and join and experience other entrepreneurs and piggyback off of them. I make a post, and honestly, I make a post probably once or twice a week, like with my update, my strategy, bouncing my ideas off of these people. That is what the groups are for. Now you're going to get some advice that you don't necessarily want to take, but that's up to you to do it because at least you're getting some feedback, right? At least someone is talking to you and you're not mentally going through all of those thoughts by yourself. The benefit of joining a group or having a support system is so that you have somewhere else to turn other than yourself. Okay? Next, or number 4, setting realistic goals. I'm not going to dive too much into this one because I talked about this on another one of my podcast episodes previously. So I won't be touching on setting realistic goals, but I will tell y'all the importance of setting a realistic goal, the overall benefit of setting a realistic goal isn't just so you can check a box. It's so that your mind has some type of clarity when you're going through the processes of achieving that goal. You now have mile markers in order to achieve that goal. Oh, well, I'm 25% of the way there. I only have 2 more things and I'm done with this entire set. Like, you now have a mental spot where you can track your goals. And if that isn't enough for you, imagine how it feels to cross that off of your list and move on to something else. You want to keep track of where you want to be versus where you are at all times. And setting realistic goals is the first step. All right, last but not least is learning from your experiences. Now, I'm going to tell you this, and this is in confidence. If there is one thing that I did to disservice myself in the last 4 years of entrepreneurship, it is continuing to run on the hamster wheel, even though I knew I was going nowhere. It was continuing to do the same thing, knowing the results, and just keep going. It was me not learning from my past mistakes, not analyzing anything, not analyzing my website, just doing the same thing, expecting a different result. And we all know the same behavior, continuously expecting anything different, is insanity. That is one of the biggest mistakes, the biggest missteps I've ever done. And I'm not proud of it, but it's something that I had to learn from, I had to grow from. And when I wrote down all of my past experiences on things that didn't work, I was like, oh, wow, that's probably why this didn't work on A, B, and C, and that didn't work on everything else. Like, it literally took me some time. I was able to analyze and get back to where I needed to be and then learn from those mistakes, meaning I would never make those same mistakes again. I would try something else and try something different. The next thing that we have to build on with understanding failure is your mindset. Now, I could list you guys 1,000 books to read on mindset. I could talk to you guys about 1,000 exercises y'all could do on mindset. But until you're ready to actually make that change within yourself, there is nothing that I say and there's nothing that I could do in order to push you to do that. So, adjusting your mindset to see failures as opportunities. The last thing I'm going to leave you guys with is embracing failure as a part of your journey. Once you do that, once you take that first step into embracing failure as a part of your journey, using whatever didn't go right as a stepping stone to a greater success, please stay motivated. Please keep pushing forward. And last but not least, do not give up. You have not come this far to come this far. So, if you're my cousin, my bestie for the restie, please remember, you're always welcome to the cookout. We're doing Finesse and Failure Fridays, so a lot of the episodes will be posted on Fridays. Please make sure you drop any of your comments down below. Thanks for coming to the cookout. I hope that you enjoyed your seat at the spades table. I will see you guys again soon. Bye.